Pick up your bag, place your thumbs on the inside, and fold on down. Make yourself a nice little pocket. Grab your tip, throw it in, squeeze it down all the way to the end. And give it a little push up, just a little, not a lot, because you don't want to cut too high up because then your tip's going to fly out on you. Give it a little cut. Push your tip out. You don't need it to stick out a lot. Just put this back on your hand like this. Make like a C with your hand. See? Open it all up. Get your icing. Hold the bag, bowl with your bag. Take the icing, just a little bit. You don't want to put a lot. All the way down. Pinch it together and pull your knife up. You don't want to put a lot of icing in your bag because when you go to write, the icing's going to squeeze out of the top. That's how you fill a bag. Okay, I'm going to show you the proper way to hold a bag when you go to ice or write your thing. Make a C, like you're going to shake his hand, put it in there, and then grab it like that. Hold it just from the top. Don't hold it here and squeeze, because you'll just have a mess, see? You can use your hand for leverage if you like, because I do. And then you just right away. Now I am going to show you the proper way to squeeze a bag of icing so you can get consistency. You're going to have a laminated sheet, ice it down, give it a little so it sticks for you. Take your bag, hold it, give it a little turn. What you can do, now don't squeeze real hard and squeeze real soft. You got to have even pressure. Start there and just let the icing just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now when you stop and then lift up. Don't lift up. If you keep going and you lift up when you're still writing, you're gonna get a mess like that. So you start, you give a little squeeze, straight along. Stop squeezing before you lift up. Now for lines like this, when you're going to be starting to writing like H's and P's and stuff, go up, kind of stop your pressure a little, line up, don't lift up, stop, and then go up again. Stop, squeezing, and lift up. Now something like this is quite easy too. Start squeezing, go along, stop squeezing, down, stop squeezing, cross, up, stop squeezing, cross, stop squeezing, down. Every time you go to move, just stop squeezing. That way you don't have unevenness as you're squeezing. Okay, we're going to show you how to do curvy lines. They're just as easy as straight lines. Put your icing bag down, start squeezing, go around, stop squeezing, go around, stop squeezing, go around. Every time you get to a point, stop squeezing. Stop squeezing and then lift up. These sheets can be wiped off with a damp towel, and you can keep practicing and keep practicing. That's the best thing I can tell you, is just practice, practice, practice. Now this is a little bit more intricate. I don't think you're going to have to do this, but stop squeezing. Now you got this little triangle here. Yeah, let's see here. Best way I can do this. And go back around. Go back around. See, you don't have to make the triangle. You can just keep going looping, looping. Go around, stop. Pick up your end there, squeeze. Go around, stop. Pick up your end, go around. This is even pressure. And use your left hand to guide, to hold it steady, because I find if you're just kind of like doing this, your arm's going to kind of go wherever way it wants to. You need a kind of steadying hand. Whoops. Stop squeezing, lift up. Go around, stop squeezing. Now if you have troubles with constantly going, You can stop. You start, go around, stop squeezing, and lift up. You don't have to keep going in a continuous line. It probably would be easier when you first start to stop and start. And that's how you do curved lines. I am now going to show you how to do letters. These letters are kind of advanced, but maybe I can show you ways to get kind of fancy on there without it being too difficult. You take your thing, start, you squeeze, stop, squeeze down, and go across. Now if you wanted to get fancy with this letter, you go to your dot here, squeeze, and make a little loopy thing out. Now for like an F, it's straight lines. You start here, squeeze, stop squeezing. Oh, these letters are small. Squeeze, stop squeezing. And then you have an F. Just basically you want to break the letters down. Don't try to make one big R with one fell swoop. See the R here? You can do it in two sections. Line, curve, stop, and then go out. The S is pretty easy. You can just make one thing. Like the X here, you can make two lines. Stop, stop. You don't have to do all the letters in one swoop. Don't go back, back, and back, because then you're going to have a mess. You want to try to do it in two sections. Cross and down. Now when you go to write a word out, do it in sections. Make your C, make your thing. Now this is a little advanced, but I'll show you how to do it without having to do it all in one stroke. Make a circle, stop, go across. Make a circle, stop, go across. Make your D, stop, and down. You want to just stop and go, stop and go. Stop, go across. Make a line, up, stop. Make a curve, stop. Make your C. And you can make your line. And you have your word. I'm going to show you how to do writing on a cake next, which is going to be quite easy. You're probably looking at this going, I can't do that on a cake. But I'll show you how, and you'll be great. And you got your own little thing here that you can practice your writing on. You just keep practicing, practicing, and wipe it off. I am now going to show you how to write on a cake. It's quite easy. What I'm going to show you is called the falling down method. When you write, you want to just hold your icing tip over the top of the icing and just kind of let the icing do the work. Just let it fall. If you get too close, you get something like this where you're digging into the icing and then you get your tips get all messy and you don't want that. So hold it up. Just kind of glide along, squeeze gently, stop, and think. Another thing I wanted to show you, if your icing is getting all messed up in the bag, grab it from the top, take your two fingers like this, just squeeze it down like a toothpaste. Then you grab it again, give it a little twist, and then hold it like that. So you want to take, squeeze, even pressure, stop, squeezing, and then lift up. When you're making an H, you can go down, stop squeezing. Go down, stop squeezing. Try to make your lines all even, and then go across, stop squeezing. That's the fall down method. Always try not to drag your tip into the icing. Hold it up just, I'd say maybe 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4 inch. If you hold it up too high, it's just going to go wherever it wants to. Well, of course, it's not cooperating with me. But you won't have as much control over it as if you get it down closer. I'm going to show you how to write on a cake using a stick. A toothpick. I like to get a big stick like this because it's like holding a pencil. It's probably be a lot easier for you. Try not to drag it in there too much. Put your pencil down and write like you normally would. Try not to be too fancy. Just keep it simple. You don't want to put this way into the icing because if you dig into the icing, you're going to have a big mess. See, if you dig like this and you go to write on that, the icing is going to fall right inside. So you just want to barely scratch the surface. Now see how I'm printing here? Now if the customer wants you to handwrite, you can just kind of connect it using little loops. After you print, you just kind of connect it using little loops. So you get your little Y in there, and you just kind of Get a little loop in there. That way you have your handwriting. And you take your bag, remember, and you hold it like that. Give it a little twist. Start squeezing gently. Hold it up a little bit. Down, down, down. Stop squeezing, lift up. Start at the top. Go down. Stop squeezing, lift up. Go around. Stop squeezing, lift up. Now A, you go like that. Stop squeezing, lift up. Go down with your P. Stop squeezing, lift up. Go around, stop squeezing, lift up. There you go. Go down, stop squeezing, lift up. Go around. Squeezing, lift up. There you got happy. And then you write down whatever they want, and then you just trace it. Just remember not to go too deep, just barely scratch the surface. And then follow your lines with your bag. Okay, you're ready to write on the cake. And you have your stock cake here with the flowers. You don't want to just start writing and scratching. You want to think of placement. If someone says they want Happy 75th Anniversary Bob and Louise, you don't want to try to fit it all in one line because you're going to run out of cake. You want to try to space it apart, like Happy 50th Anniversary, maybe on top, Bob and Louise. So you just kind of want to look. Now remember, when you're writing on a cake, you don't want to make it real small, because the smaller you make it, it's going to be more difficult, but you don't want to make it too large. I know it's hard to figure out what size, but maybe if you took a piece of paper and then you could write it out with a pencil and kind of figure out how to place it. So you can get a piece of paper this big, write it out with pencil and say, okay, and then get your little stick and you look here and you're just like, okay, I'm going to start right here. Remember, don't go too deep. Just kind of make your line. There's the quadrant. Every once in a while you might want to clean the tip of your thing off too, because it's going to get full of icing. You go across. When you're writing on a cake, always start with a capital letter. So your first word is always going to be a capital. Then you'd write birthday here and then probably the name underneath. Think maybe an inch high. And that's how you do it. And then you take your writer, not too high up, start squeezing. When you start squeezing, start going down, then stop squeezing, lift up. Cross, stop squeezing, lift up. Start squeezing, go down, stop squeezing, lift up. Go around, stop squeezing, lift up. Like that. Start squeezing carefully. Lift up. Now, say you're writing, and you're, oh, I messed up. This is not an easy fix, but if you take the tip of your pick, just kind of lift it up carefully. Just a little at a time, because you want to do this the minute you make a mistake. Don't wait, because when the icing sets, it's going to be difficult. Lift it up like that. And you go back over it again. Go around. Stop squeezing, lift up. Stop squeezing, lift up. And there you go. Now if you wanted to make this cursive, you maybe could add some little lines here. You can make it little fancy things here and there. And you just continue writing on your cake. But make sure you write the whole message that you need on the cake before you start doing this. And that's it.